Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
Welcome back. For only the second time in decades, there will be a party different from the Progressive Conservatives representing the Bonnyville-Cold Lake riding. Scott Sear from the Wild Rose Party has been elected, winning 46.2% of the votes. Cold Lake's Mayor Craig Copeland was running for the PCs. He finished second, earning a little more than 30% of the votes. The NDP finished third, while the Alberta Party did not win any polls. Newcap has more from Cold Lake on the PC Party's somewhat surprising loss.
One by one, Cold Lake residents filed into the Exhibition Park Centre to perform their democratic duty.
I'm 18, this is my first time voting. I just learned a lot in social class, so I just wanted to figure it out, come out, make a choice.
I think Craig Copeland's really good for the area. I don't know about the party in general.
And maybe this was a sign to come.
Newsflash, NDP's gonna win, yes!
Back when Ralph Klein was Premier, I voted for him. Since then, I've voted Liberal. This is the first time I voted NDP.
In the Bonnyville-Cold Lake riding, though, it was safe to say it was a two-horse race between the Progressive Conservatives and the Wild Rose Party. Over at Craig Copeland's headquarters, it was a packed house. Nerves creeping in as early numbers had Scott Sear and his Wild Rose Party in the lead. But soon, some reprieve as numbers started rolling in for Copeland. But it was too little too late for the city's mayor. The Wild Rose surge in the rural ridings of Bonnyville-Cold Lake was just too much.
Well, I knew right away that I lost. As soon as I saw the spread between my numbers as a PC candidate in the Wild Rose and some of the rural ridings. So that's where Scott's strength was. And then when some of the numbers came in from Cold Lake, where the Wild Rose were very, still were strong against the PC numbers, and the big numbers were the NDP numbers.
The NDP taking a chunk of his votes. Copeland believed it was more of a, quote, protest vote to get back at the PC government.
When I was door knocking, we weren't happy that the election was being called. They weren't happy with the Premier, and the numbers reflect that. I mean, people were wishing that I wasn't going to be running as a PC candidate, but, I can't, I wasn't in favor of the NDP policies.
As for what's next?
Still the mayor for the city of Cold Lake, and I resumed my job with the fish hatcheries. A lot of people supported me, but overall we lost, and tomorrow's a new day.
Newcap News.
Now, Newcap News has reached out to Scott Sears several times for an interview, but our calls have not been returned. Well, the wave of change that swept across Alberta last night made an impact in every riding. Battle River Wainwright was no different. Wild Rose candidate Blake Pryor has been named MLA-elect after receiving more than 41% of the popular vote. Pryor came in second with 31%, followed by NDP Gordon Naylor with 23%, and Liberal Ron Williams falls to last place with less than 600 votes cast in his name. The ridings has been a Conservative stronghold since 1975, but last night rural Albertans made their voices heard as the constituency had a 65% voter turnout. Jeremy Thompson was there and has this report.
It's about all Alberta.
It's all smiles and applause at Wild Rose headquarters as party leader Brian Jean delivers his speech. Newly elected MLA Wes Taylor excited for the future of his party.
I think we'll do a great job being able to oppose this government and see what's up there and keep them as critics and keep them in line.
Taylor grateful for the change voters have entrusted him with.
We want to fix the healthcare system, but we want to make sure the taxes are kept low, and so we're going to try to make it balanced with the NDPs, and we're going to work to make this a better province.
While Wes Taylor and his Wild Rose Party celebrate, the mood is a bit more somber for Conservative candidate Blake Pryor and his supporters as the constituency changes hands for the first time in 40 years.
Restructuring, of the party is going to have to be done, and we will hear it loud and clear. And we'll have 4 years to rebuild and learn from mistakes and better the party.
Before the polls closed, consensus was the need for change. First-time voter Brad Patzer's attitude perhaps indicative of the political shift in Alberta.
It's interesting. I mean, we've had quite a run-up leading up to this point with the the party that's in power and stuff, and some of the choices that they've made, and so it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
No matter how you look at it, it's the start of a new chapter for Alberta, and West Taylor is promising a fresh approach for Battle River Wainwright.
Wainwright needs a new hospital. Provost has hospital concerns. The other communities out throughout the riding, they all have concerns. So I want to be able to go to the communities and find out what their specific concerns are and work with them.
Jeremy Thompson, Newcap News.